come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
In the name of love, we come together.
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 In the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I love you and I love you too.
I love you and I love you too.
Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
In the name of love, we come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
In the name of love. Every walk of life.
Every walk of life.
Every creed and color.
Every creed and color.
Kinship we unite.
In kinship we unite.
In honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you.
Namaste, I bow to you.
Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
In the name of love, we come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
In the name of love, we come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
In the name of love, we come together.
Come together.
We come together. We come together.
Come together.
In the name of love.
1, 2, 3. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. Hey, Spirit loves me. I know that. Spirit loves me. That's a fact. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. When I'm down, I turn to you. When I'm down, pull me through. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm worthy of this love. I'm worthy of this love. I'm worthy of this love.
Yes, give him some love. Good morning, Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. So good to be back. Yes. I know, it's like a month can feel like no time and forever at the same time.
Did you have fun?
I had an amazing time.
Yeah, did you know how to speak Spanish and stuff now?
Un poquito.
Okay.
I was the most fluent Spanish speaker in our group, so Cadence would look at me and I'm like, honey, I don't know that much. And she would just be like, but we got by. We had an amazing time, and the experience of nature and travel and wonder was wonderful, as it fits with our theme, yes. So, good to be here with you all, and again, welcome. As we know, Ahava is the Hebrew word for love, and what we gather together every Sunday is to know that love is always the answer. That's right. and I am Reverend Rainbow, along with Reverend Sunny. We are your co-spiritual directors, and we welcome you here today. And if you're joining us online as well, thank you for being a part of our global virtual community. Please let us know where you are tuning in from. Make sure to say hello in the chat as well.
Yeah?
I think that's
It's up to me now, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
It's been a while. Y'all, I almost forgot to put on my microphone. I forgot my iPad, but I'm just being honest with you. We're getting in the groove here. So, you got my back.
You're being transparent.
I am.
Yes, okay. So
At least I got my heels on.
yeah, oh yeah, that's true. Okay, so we are a conscious community that is transparent, and we're committed to curiosity so that we may provide a loving space to be reminded of the truth of who we are, that we are an open and affirming community. So whoever you are, wherever you are on your path of spiritual discovery, you are absolutely welcome here. And we also know that we're a reflection of one another. So if you're comfortable, just take a minute to turn to someone and thank them for being a reflection of you, and say good morning as well.
Good morning, good morning. Yes. All right. We have a fabulous vision and purpose here as well, so I invite you to repeat after me. We are an inclusive community.
We are an inclusive community.
Committed to global transformation.
Committed to global transformation
Through personal evolution.
through personal evolution.
And our purpose, let's do it together.
Wake up, step up, and make a difference.
That's right. And today's affirmation is, I embrace curiosity and wonder in all that I do. Let's say,
I embrace curiosity and wonder in all that I do. And if you're here for the very first time, gosh, we're just so happy that you made the decision to join us this morning and check us out. And we want to honor that, because you being here, it makes a difference in our community, because your energy and our energy gets all mingled up together. And we just raise the consciousness of the whole city. So, wow, you showing up today has really changed and made a difference in our community. So we want to honor that. And one of our core council members would love to come by and give you a free gift just for being here this morning. So if you're willing to raise your hand or stand up, they will come by and give you a free gift. There it is. His hand is already up.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're also really, really grateful for all our SAVA volunteers. We simply could not do it without them. And so I want to acknowledge our youth facilitators and our youth program. We need facilitators. I think Heather needs 2 more people. Yeah. It's volunteering once a month. And so if you're feeling that call, even if you're not feeling the call, because I will ask you.
Yes.
So
someone's got to be feeling it. So.
Somebody has got to be feeling it. So
or you're going to get nudged.
Or I'm just going to come by. And I do know where everybody lives, because I have the list. Okay. So we need some volunteers in youth. We also need some volunteers for our live stream. Jace is looking for a couple more people. And you know what? It's a great way to really get to know people at a different level and have some fun.
Definitely.
So I want to please acknowledge our SAVA volunteers, because without them, we couldn't be here this morning. So thank you, volunteers. We also have some Ahava happenings that are going on right now. I think we've got a dance in the day.
Yes, it's coming up, on Saturday. Saturday's already, I believe that's September 10th. So this Saturday, this room is going to be transformed into a dance club. And we're having a sober rave starting at 10 a.m., family-friendly, all ages. We want to boogie down. We're going to be having some great electronic music and various things, snacks, and then we'll cool down with some yoga stretching. So if you want to kick off your weekend in a powerful, intentional way, moving your body, make sure you get tickets. It's just $15 and $5 for children, and you can get them online.
Great. And you've also got I think you and Heather are hosting
Yes.
the Salt Cave.
So, yes. So, gosh, when is that? September 23rd.
Yeah.
If you haven't been to the Lexington Salt Cave, it is one of my favorite places in town. And I'm going to be leading a guided meditation. So you get to experience the vibe of beauty and healing of the Salt Cave and meditate. And it's 3 or 4 spots left. It's limited space. So go ahead and reserve your ticket for that as well. And then at the end of the month, one more event for our summer of fun and fundraising is our blues concert.
Yes.
Super excited about that. Yes. Anything you want to add about that, Joe?
Yeah, we're going to have some standard blues tunes that you might recognize. We're going to have some original blues tunes.
Oh.
Ooh.
Some of the topics get downright biblical, so you might want to come.
Yes.
There are songs about revenge, and there are songs about gratitude and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to get down and get biblical at the same time.
All right.
And then we're going to get up.
Then we're going to get up again.
If we can.
We also have the grand opening of the Stepping Stone Bookstore today. Yay!
Our bookstore's opening again. It's right over there. That's why I'm pointing
Right
that
over
way.
there.
Yes.
Thank you, Nancy Eisen, for all the
Nancy.
work that you have done in getting this bookstore together.
Yes, thank you, Nancy.
And because it's our new grand opening, 25% off on everything.
Yep.
What? Yes.
I know.
So afterwards, go right in there and just spin.
Yes. I'm going to hop in here because I also want to acknowledge Anita, who has been running the bookstore for
Yes.
so many years. Give her
Yes.
some love.
Give Anita some
Yes,
love.
she is transferring that role to Nancy, but thank you, Anita, for holding it down for so many years. And there is one exception to that 25% off. And that is our brand new book that we just ordered. We're going to be using as the book of the month next month. It's called Busting Loose of the Money Game, and we have it here today. That's the only thing that's not on sale because we had to pay full price. You have to pay full price, the whole thing.
Okay, all
But
right.
that's the only exception, unless
Okay.
Nancy says otherwise.
Okay, well, unless Nancy says,
Nancy's in charge.
Nancy's in charge. Can I get it for free? Okay, so save the date. New Foundations class, which is Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. It's going to be online. I'm going to teach it. And it's going to be an opportunity to meet your neighbor because I'm going to be teaching it for Ahava and for Asheville.
Ooh.
So Asheville and Ahava, that means A.
It's going to be A plus.
A plus. So it'll be in October, and stay tuned for the date. You're going to want to sign up for that right away. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Asheville and Ahava.
Now, do we have to go to Asheville? Road trip?
We could. I didn't think of that, but maybe. You never know.
But it's all online.
Yeah, it's all online. And choir is back, and I'm so excited because, choir will be singing for the service, our solstice service, on December 21st. So I think you're having a meeting right after.
Right after service, there's going to be a meeting if you're interested. I'm just taking names today. So taking names. So
Yeah, taking names.
Take
There you
names.
go.
So
Alrighty.
if you're interested in singing, come up and see me. Let me know, and we'll put a schedule pretty soon.
Great. Thank you, Joe. And speaking of singing and an amazing band that we have, Yes?
Yes.
Joe Chinquina, our music director. Lauren Deckenberg on keys.
Woo-hoo.
John Dittert on drums. Our featured vocalist today is Tina.
Yeah, Miss Tina.
All right, Tina. John Rose is on sound, making us all sound good. And sitting in with us today is the incomparable Will Bauman right there. Raise your hand.
All right. We got some saxophone.
We got some saxophone.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's sexy, isn't
It
it?
is going to be a sexy day.
Sexy day. All right. And also doing our opening prayer today, our practitioner serving this community, Dr. Louise Talon. Yes? So this is the time of the morning when I love to just take a nice deep breath. And invite you to drop into that place, that space where we just settle in and allow the music to take us within, as Louise does our Centering. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power of the glory, I surrender. Let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me. Now and evermore.
So I take this moment to know that indeed there is only one. One power, one presence, one life, one universal, divine, cosmic isness right here and right now. That one is all that exists in, through, and as everything. And in this moment, I know it as beauty, as joy, as love, as peace, knowing that whatever is the truth of the one is the truth of me and is the truth of every person here and those online. And knowing that, I bless this time together. I bless this service. I bless the words of our beloved ministers, Reverend Sunny and Reverend Rainbow. I bless the sounds and voices of our musicians. I bless the hearts and hands of all those who have come here to unleash the holiness in this place. I know that we simply come together in love and as love. The divine looking at the divine speaking to the divine hearing the divine. I declare this day good and very good. And so it is.
So it is.
Loving Spirit dwells through me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender. Let it be. Loving Spirit dwells as me. Now and ever more. Namaste. Lauren, would you please do our reading?
Yes, this is from a blog post by Terry Hike from Teach Thought University. Good work is work that makes the world better, but of course that's subjective. So let's keep trying. Good work is the ongoing exertion of cognitive, creative, and physical functions in pursuit of a world that not only makes room for such things, but supports others in doing good work too. Good work can be done through jobs that, if continued, can become careers, but doesn't require either. Ideally, one's work and job are the same, but may not fully overlap. Good work is applying your affection, intellect, and specific genius on people and places you depend on and that depend on you. Good work is about bringing to bear your own affection, intellect, and collective experience on things worth doing on a scale that honors the complexity of the task. To use your hands and the hands of your mind to craft deeply personal work that couldn't possibly be done by anyone else.
You're the engine that makes all things go, and you're always in disguise, my hero. I see your light in the dark, smile in my face when we all know it's hard. There's no way to ever pay you back. Bless your heart, no, I love you for that. Honest and selfless, I don't know if this helps it, but good job. You're doing a good job, a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, 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 yeah. Good job. You're doing a good job, a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter. 6 in the morning, as soon as you walk through the door, everyone needs you again. The world's out of order. It's not a sound when you're not around. All day on your feet, hard to keep that energy. I know when it feels like the end of the road, you don't let go. You just press forward. You're the engine that makes all things go. Always in disguise, my hero. I see a light in the dark, smile in my face when we all know it's hard. There's no way to ever pay you back. Bless your heart, no, I love you for that. Honest and selfless, I don't know where this helps it, but good job. You're doing a good job, a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter. The mothers, the fathers, the teachers that reach us, strangers to friends that show up in the end. From the bottom to the top, the listeners that hear us, this is for you. You make me feel less. Good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter, 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 yeah. Good job. Doing a good job, a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now. Know that you matter.
So beautiful and such a beautiful reminder, right? You matter. You're doing a good job. And so thank you, Miss Tina. You're doing a great job. We're so glad to have you.
Yes.
Yes, give her some love.
Welcome to Ahava.
Yes, yes,
Welcome
yes.
home.
Yes. So this month, by the way, happy September. Wow. I don't know, but it's September, and happy Labor Day weekend. So we are kicking off a new theme, and this whole year we are looking at the theme of living everyday wonder. And each month we're kind of focusing on a different aspect of our lives where we can embrace this quality of wonder more fully throughout the whole year. So for September, we're looking at the area of work, or in other words, how we share our gifts and our talents with the world. Because personally, I'm not as interested in exploring work as a commodity or work as something that we just do in exchange for money. But I am interested in how work can be an extension of our passions and talents in this world, and how to explore our relationship with work in regards to how we personally define success or failure, productivity, growth, and how we make a difference in the world. So the invitation this month is to integrate this spiritual practice of mindfulness and presence and awareness, this practice of curiosity and wonder throughout all that we do, including discovering the good work that we do through the revelation of everyday wonder within every task, project, design, conversation, product, whatever it is that we are up to in this world that we create. And to take the opportunity to do all the good work that we are called to do. So the topic today is good work.
Good work.
Good work.
Good.
And as I was pondering this topic, that's when I ran across that blog that Lauren read for our reading this morning. And I want to just touch a little bit on this last paragraph again. So it says, good work is about bringing to bear your own affection, intellect, and collective experience on things worth doing on a scale that honors the complexity of the task. To use your hands and the hands of your mind to craft deeply personal work that couldn't possibly be done by anyone else. So what if we were to embrace the fact that our innate goodness, our inherent divinity, gets to show up in our work, whether it be at a job or a creative project or some sort of community initiative or endeavor. Because the world needs us, and it's time to stop playing small and withholding our good, and to add our unique voice, our vision, our dreams to all that exist in order to create this good and to create this world that works for all. So I'd like us to expand a little bit our own definition or awareness of this concept called work. And I ask you, how do you define work? Is it a place? Is it a task? Is it the grind, a job, or merely means to an end? So one definition of work is the mental or physical effort expended to achieve a purpose or result. And a definition of wonder is the feeling of amazement blended with esteem caused by something beautiful, unexpected, unfamiliar, or inexplicable. So wonder creates this sense of awe and admiration and respect. And often, work is something that we do that brings us and allows us to have the desired achievements by the income that it provides, right? So it brings us to awe because we work and then we have money, and so we can buy a house and clothing and travel and food and all those things in this physical world that brings us those experiences of awe. But what we want to get curious about is, what would it look like to embrace wonder in work, and then see where that can take us as a society. So wonder is about inviting and exploring all possibilities. And it can also be about questioning or in doubt, or about questioning or doubt in a brainstorm session, right? So it's about bringing up another perspective, being curious, seeing beyond the status quo, and asking why we do the things we do. And that's so needed right now, right? I feel like the world is in this exploration of, well, why do we do it that way? From everything, from all of our systems to our roadways to how we connect and work and everything. Like, well, why do we do it this way? And what this invites is thinking outside of the box, and we begin to ask questions in ways to have something new revealed, asking why things have always been done this way, and wonder if perhaps there is a better way, if something new is seeking to emerge today. And the pandemic allowed for this pause, which really kind of catapulted this whole reset, because we stopped doing what we were doing in this routine pattern, and then we had to really be mindful about what we chose to go back to. Now, not everyone was, but we had the opportunity. And through this, whether we took full advantage of it or not, we still have the opportunity to look at what we want to do moving forward, as opposed to just doing things because it's how they've always been done.
Some of us, yes.
Yes.
Some of us are still doing it that way, right?
That's true. And some of us are clinging to that old way.
Absolutely.
And through embracing curiosity and wonder, we can break free of the bondage of how it's always been. And I acknowledge that this takes tremendous courage, right? It takes courage and bravery and vulnerability to go against the grain and to speak out and to even propose a new idea, or to even question why, especially in a traditional kind of work environment where it's always been like, this is what we do, we're taught not to question. So it takes courage, but what would it look like to ask why? And to not just do things to simply get by, or because we're told, or we're following orders, or to not just work for the weekends, right?
Yeah.
What if we were to embrace living in each and every moment to the fullest? Each and every moment, each and every task. What if we spoke up and expressed our ideas and opinions, not just by complaining with a loved one, but actually standing in our power and speaking truth to power, speaking from our own authentic voice in meetings, in social gatherings, in community events? What if we were brave enough to trust ourselves? What if we were brave enough to trust our own voice, to stand in our own power, and to know that we have something to express that the world needs? What if it was the norm to feel amazement and awe and wonder through what you do in the world, through your own good works? What if it was the norm to consider what the effect is of your work in a larger context of your community, for example? To look at the physical, natural, digital, historical, and other contexts and systems that your work lives in, right? We're unpacking a lot here. And then to ask, do those systems need to be updated? Everything, right? From our education system. We see now educators looking at things differently and so many things being up to question. In any ways that we gather, there's an opportunity to look at how and why and to be more mindful and thoughtful about it. So if we get curious about how our work improves and deepens equity on a familial, social, and financial level, this allows our work to have a greater meaning and purpose because we are aware that we are always making an impact, that we're not living in isolation, that everything we do has an impact on the world. So instead of just working for the weekend, doing the grind, and having no awareness of the impact that what you're doing in the world is, we can just start to get curious. That's the first step. Just question, be mindful, be open. And lastly, what if, this is big, what if instead of pretending to know it all, and pretending to know all the answers, what if we leaned into beginner's mind? That we were humble enough to admit that we don't know it all, that the world is changing.
What?
Yes. And what we thought we might have known yesterday may not even be true today.
It isn't.
It isn't. Novelist Pico Iyer says that the opposite of knowledge isn't always ignorance. It can be wonder or mystery or possibility. And in my life, I found the things I don't know have lifted me and pushed me forward much more than the things I do know. So I invite you to contemplate that for yourself. And I was thinking about that for myself, and I was like, how have the things I didn't know catapulted me forward? Well, so many examples, right?
Yeah.
Reverend Sunny and I were talking about this a bit. And one thing that came to mind, especially in relationship to work, was I had no idea how to be a minister of a community during a pandemic. And I had to admit that I don't know. And through that, we embraced curiosity and wonder and allowed something greater to emerge and kept questioning and asking, well, does this work now? What's needed now? What does the community need now?
Let's try this.
Let's try this.
that.
Let's try that. And we, moved online in various aspects and embraced so much more technology like that. All of a sudden, we were pushed into it. TikTok and all of those things, yes. I mean, remember, I was like, we're going to do a TikTok today. And y'all like, what? I'm like, come on, we're going to dance. So all of those things pushed us into a realization of something greater. And think about in your own life, the things that we are willing to admit that we don't know, that we're a beginner, and to still fully embrace with curiosity and wonder can be an immense opportunity for growth, and not only for personal growth, but it makes an impact on all of those around us. So what is possible? Instead of trying to force old ways of doing things into this new world, we can ask, what is seeking to be known now? When has what you don't know pushed you forward to a new possibility and a greater knowing? I think this will be a wonderful opportunity as well for connection as you contemplate this week. Put it in our chat if you're on social media. Share in our community group so that we can appreciate and honor and see that for each other. So what would it look like to live from a place of wonder in every aspect of your life? And even if you are retired from working, you still have the opportunity every day to choose what you're going to do and create in the world, and how you can create good work in the world by marrying your passions and your heart's desires and your specific talents to live your dreams. And then I was thinking about this idea of what would it be like to live your life like you were a non-profit or not-for-profit, right?
Right.
Because I was thinking about, all these different models in the world and of work. And so what if your goal wasn't to simply produce something, to create more profit for someone, but to live more fully and freely and expect that what you do and what you create will improve the life of others and will make the world better. So to live like a nonprofit is to focus on the good and to trust and know that the resources are there. We do it every week. We trust and know, but we just keep doing the good work. And the goal isn't to profit. The goal is to make a difference. And the truth is, we all have something to express in this world. And if we allow it, we don't have to force it. If we allow this energy to flow through us, we can dream and vision and take action towards creating a world that works for everyone. And to get curious individually as to what is our part in designing that world. Wonder invites us to dream, and it takes us places beyond the status quo and beyond the routine of life. As Langston Hughes wrote, "Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly." So, Reverend Sonny, I wonder.
You wonder?
What do you think about all this?
Well, I like that quote, first of all. Hold fast to your dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. That is really, I like that a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, I was thinking about, you were saying about what if you did a nonprofit or some other, you know, what if there's another model that we haven't even discovered yet? Mm-hmm. You know, what if wonder is the work itself? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if it's if alive and well, it would celebrate each nuance, each grace, each surprise. What if our call in life is to experience something that we naturally take for granted or we don't notice? And I'll give you an example. I'm getting a download right now. So, I was thinking about someone I was very close to. My niece just died recently. Mm-hmm. And it's been very difficult for me. She was just a beautiful soul, and she's 48 years old, and she loved animals. And she fed every morning about 40 deer. And she named them all, knew their names, everything. And I was thinking about, this wonder and noticing everything for whatever it is, why ever it's happening. Mm-hmm. And the other day, Louise and I were walking in the park, and we live in the city of Lexington, and we just have this tiny little park, and a deer just came up in the park. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it was Karen or not, that was her name, but I took notice of it, and I began to wonder, was this a sign? We're all energy, and energy has to find an outlet. So, wonder to me is about noticing things that are just, seem normal. Mm-hmm. So it's appreciating everything, not just the extraordinary or the uncommon and the unusual. And I think that we yearn for the good of ourselves to be known. The goodness and the grace of ourselves to be known, and to be shown to others that, we're all good people looking to just be good people and to have that recognized. And so we work, or hopefully we work for the better and the hope that the holiness of possibility is the goodness that prevails. There's so much going on in the world right now, and as you and I have talked about this, change has got to happen, and change is happening. And so to wonder, wonder actually is the only way. You know, I wonder why this happened yesterday, or why people are doing the things that they're doing, or why they're not doing the things that they should be doing to make a better world. So to wonder is to infuse our questioning and our thinking with a spiritual aspect of possibility. So we not only ask the question, but we also have to stand in the power and the presence of the possibility through our wondering. And Machado, the Spanish poet, wrote, "Wayfarer, there is no way. We make the way by walking." So no matter the work or the task or the project, the calling, wondering should occur throughout every day of our lives. Every day. It can be applied to the great, to the small, to the substantial, to the mundane, and the voice of wonder calls us out from among the crowd. I mean, you've all experienced this, or hopefully you have. You know, not because we know all the answers, like you said before, but because we're not afraid to create a space that allows for questions and the space that questionings create. We're not afraid to allow for a vision to guide us, to be a vision caster, and we're all that, you know. And sometimes the things that we have to get done, the tasks of this life, may seem overwhelming. But seeing the holy in all that we do is our spiritual work. When we talk about work, we have spiritual work. And seeing the holy in all that we do is our spiritual work. To wonder about everything. To see more of the divine design, the perfect prototype. And bring forth that inspiration from seeing the divine or the holy in everything. To bring forth the inspired, the image of humanity to this life, and to allow ourselves to belong to one another. I say it a lot. We belong to one another, and belonging is important. You know, and wonder, you know, you talked about the beginner's mind. You know, think about it. Every morning that we wake up, we start with a beginner's mind. What's this day going to look like? Now, I got some ideas in my head of what this day should look like, but you know, I don't know if that's how it's going to turn out. So I got to be flexible, and I got to be, you know, wondering and have wonder in my life, because there's a possibility that maybe I haven't seen yet. So there's a huge change going on right now, especially in the workplace. You know, you're talking about the workplace before. For one thing, we have masses of individuals retiring from work with no one to take their place. Think about that. That is leaving a big space. You know, for the individuals that are returning to work, they're now looking more than ever to find meaning in what they do. In what you do. And like Rainbow said before, even if you're retired, you're still doing some work. I hate to tell you. You're still working every day when you get up. You got things to do. So finding meaning in what you're doing. You know, the strains of the pandemic are hardly over. We're still feeling it, folks. As we enter this transitional stage after more than 2 years of trauma and anxiety. I mean, what we went through to just keep Ahava going. You know, more than ever, we need ways to refresh our energies, calm our anxieties, and nurse our well-being. You know, people are just starting to come back because the energy is different than online. You know, you get into a rut. You get into, oh, am I going to get up today feeling. You know what I'm saying? Pajamas feel good sometimes in the morning with your coffee, and you sit around and you don't get up and get out and do things, you know? But one potentially powerful intervention, which is rarely talked about in the workplace, and that is the cultivation of experiences of wonder and awe, like gratitude. and curiosity. I'm so grateful for all of you. So grateful. And I'm curious of how this afternoon will work out, you know. Wonder can leave us feeling inspired and energized. I feel the energy of the room. I feel the energy of, you know, us being together.
Yes.
You know, and being able to stand in the power and the presence of the one. You know, it's another tool that we can pull out of our toolbox, and it's now attracting increased attention because people are tired. They're tired. Tired of doing less meaningful work. Tired. And think about this. Wonder's benefits extend beyond stress and relief. If you don't believe me, take a little kid outside and watch them when they say, what's this or what's that? Or when they see a butterfly, you know, or a hummingbird lands in front of them. You know, now they know wonder. And we need to learn from them that wonder still exists as us. That we still have it, because we can get beyond all of this. Wonder is stress relief, let me tell you. And research has shown that experiencing something bigger than us helps us transcend our frame of reference by expanding our mental models and stimulating new ways of thinking. And you know what? This can increase creativity, right? And innovation. And it can even facilitate some scientific thinking, right? And ethical decision making. It also helps us build relationships. You know, though feelings of wonder and awe frequently happen in solitude, right? You know, we're doing this, you know, that thing. They draw us out of ourselves, right, and toward others, and inspire pro-social behavior like generosity and compassion. Volunteering for something you really believe in, like Ahava, for example. You know, some scientists theorize that wonder has evolved to aid group cohesion and provide survival advantages for work groups, for nonprofits, for experiences of wonder can lead to increased collaboration, like a choir, right? I wonder what you all are going to sing. Team building and social connection. And cultivating wonder can be simple, so simple to do. With the light of wonder before you, you as a guide can explore what it is that you are being called to do, what your work is. Doing good work paves the way to all kinds of achievements in the world, you know. So I invite you this week to discover the mystery and the magic of everyday wonder, to reveal itself in your work and in your life. You know, as spiritual beings, I think that our spiritual work is to surrender the box, the pattern, the rules of life that have us bound and anchored us in a world of someone else's beliefs, to see beyond what some are calling the norm and dismantle it all. Dismantle these structures that no longer work today.
Yes.
Why? Because as you said before, in the beginning, we are always growing and expanding our possibilities. And Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind, said we must stay open at the top for all the changes that are constantly changing. And wonder is our cost of admission, right? To be an authentic way of being. And St. Augustine wrote, people travel to wonder at the height of mountains and at the huge waves of the sea and the long courses of rivers, at the vast compass of the ocean, at the circular motion of the stars, and they pass by themselves without wondering at all. So let us not pass by any of this. Let us not pass by ourselves in this life. Let us all invite wonder to join us in doing that which we know as our spiritual work, and let's allow that work to be known as good work.
Yes.
Good work. And that's all that has to be said before I leave this planet. I hope somebody will say, she did good work. Right? And the goal was not simply to wax nostalgic or poetic, but to recommit our work to the ebbs and the flows of wonder. So this week, let's ebb and flow. Let's know that our lives are truly amazing and beautiful, and that we have a gift to give simply through our wonder of life. Let's go into prayer.
All right.
Shall I start?
You start.
Okay. Actually, Lauren started.
Lauren, start.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just not going to waste another minute of this day.
Yes.
I'm going to stand right here and right now in the power and the presence, in the knowing that there is only one life, one power, one presence, one source from the invisible to the visible. And I wonder about this source, and I wonder about this energy that is flowing in and through and as me right now, as this source. Knowing that this one source, creating out of itself every minute, every second of every day, never diminished or destroyed by its creation, has indeed, through the wonder and awe, created all within the sound of my voice, has created this community, has created and uplifted and sustained and maintained this wonder throughout. And I know this power and presence, this source of all, as love. I know it as creation itself. I know it as grace and power and oneness. And I know it as prosperity and abundance and all these things that we name it. Yet it has no name except I am. I am the I am. We are the I am. And so it is from that place where I lie upon the altar of truth. I speak this word for this community, knowing that all is in divine order. And I am in awe of it. I am in awe of the beauty and the magnificence of each and every individual here this morning, standing in the power and the presence of the One. Allowing the light to shine in through and as each and every person, as that very life that Spirit is. Willing to be curious and to ask and to wonder about the beauty and the amazing gift of life. How grateful I am to know this and to stand with and through and as that amazing wonderment of life as I pass my prayer to Reverend Rainbow.
And taking a deep breath of acceptance, accepting and allowing the words that have been spoken so far to anchor themselves upon my heart, knowing and recognizing that this one life is all that there is and is expressing through each and every one of us in a unique way. So it is from this power and place that I say yes to giving and sharing of my voice, my passion, my dreams and vision to this world. Knowing that every action I take, every word I think, every thought I think makes an impact. So I choose today to be mindful, to be intentional, and to allow curiosity and wonder to lead the way. Knowing that this dream, this dream and vision of a world that works for everyone is possible if I keep asking, what is mine to do? What is seeking to be known now? What is emerging in this now moment? So I'm so grateful to open up into this beginner's mind, to embrace curiosity and wonder in all that I do. And I'm so grateful for this word that has been spoken, knowing that it is done, it is whole, it is complete unto itself. And that the law always says yes.
Yes.
It always says
Yes.
yes, 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 my beloved.
Yes.
It is done. And together we say, and so it is. Yes.
Before you sit down, turn to someone and say the following. I wonder if I'll see you here next week.
I love it. I wonder if I'll see you here next week. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so not quite done yet. We are going to now move into our time of conscious giving. We're going to pass the basket in the room, and there's several ways you can give online as well. You can go to our website. There's a giving tag there. You can text the word give to 859-209-6996, and you can mail in your gifts as well. So what we like to do is to do this as a community. And I invite you to repeat after me. Divine love as me.
Divine love as me.
Blesses and multiplies all that I have.
Blesses and multiplies all that I have.
All that I give. And all that I receive. I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava.
I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava.
Knowing it returns to me.
Returns to me.
Multiplied abundantly.
Multiplied abundantly.
And so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. wonder what Sonny's going to do with that
I know.
cowbell.
I was like, Sonny's got the cowbell.
Never enough cowbell.
I'm taking care of business, baby, can't you see? I gotta make it for you, I gotta make it for me. Hey, well, sometimes it may seem that I'm neglecting you. Well, I love to spend more time, but I got so much work to do. I got work to do. I've got work, baby, so much work, baby. I've got work to do, so much work to do, yeah. I'm out here trying to make it, baby, can't you see? It takes a lot of money to make it, let's talk truthfully. Keep your love like burning, need some hot food on my plate. You might as well get used to me coming home a little late. I got work to do, I've got work, baby, so much work, baby. I've got work to do, so much work to do, yeah. Oh, work, 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 do. Oh, work, work, work. I'm taking care of business, baby, can't you see? I've gotta make it for you, I've gotta make it for me. But sometimes it may seem that I'm neglecting you. Well, I love to spend more time, but I got so many things to do. I got work to do. I've got work, baby, I've got a job, baby, I've got work to do, so much work to do, yeah. Oh, I got work to do. I've got work, baby, I got work to do, yeah. I've got a job, baby, so much work to do, yeah. I've got work to do, so much work to do, baby. I've got work to do, yeah. So much work to do, yeah.
Shining star, wonderful, just the way you are. We celebrate your sacred face. We love you just the way you are. We love you just the way you are.
We do. So today we talked about being human and how we all are unique and have our individual personalities. And you guys want to do the affirmation together, or just Remy gets to do it all by himself? All right,
Okay.
go ahead. No, I'm going to hold it. You just tell me. What's affirmation? Oh, we practice.
We are human.
Good. We also talked about our hearts and how they're ever shining with the light of the divine. Even though the clouds of our overthinking or false stories about ourselves may block the light is always there, and we can make the choice to blow those clouds away and shine the ever-shining light of truth about ourselves. So.
Yes. Woo! Give them some love.
You want to show what you did? Yeah, we all drew pictures of ourselves. Talked about.
We also wrote stuff about ourselves on these papers, like our favorite food, our hobbies.
Yeah.
And we drew what we saw ourselves as.
And Oisa did a lot of participating, a lot of coloring, and just was very, very.
Let's see Oisa.
Yeah. You want to show? Show everybody your picture.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yes. All right, let's give them some love. Thank you for shining your lights. We love our youth. And we know that they are doing good work. Good work, that's right. So practitioners are available to pray with you. Today we have Reverend Cynthia and practitioner Louise Talon. They'll be right over here. So if you would like to talk to a practitioner and get some prayer, we do ask that you wear masks if you're going to get an in-person prayer. You can also put a prayer request in the prayer box when you leave, and we'll pray over that throughout the week as well. So don't forget to check out the bookstore, 25% off, grand reopening. Go say hi to Nancy. She's done lots of work in there. We got some new stuff in there too. So check it out. Get your book for next month, and we'll see you in the fellowship room here afterwards for coffee and tea. So with that, let us stand and repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
It's this thing called life.
It's this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my curiosity.
Life is in my curiosity.
I accept it.
I accept it.
I am it.
I am it.
I share it.
I share it.
Just the way it appears.
Just the way it appears.
And just the way it appears not.
And just the way it appears not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
We want to thank everyone for coming out and for watching online. If you're wondering what the choir is going to be about, I am too. So come on out and see me right after the service. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy,